Hello, welcome to Miemie's Keepsakes. I'm Arnell. We are back with the 100-day project and we are on day 6. And I'm still making all of Tina's mass making projects. So she did 100 of them and now she's busy on her channel Shabby Dabby Doo to repeat her 100 projects. I will link her videos in my description box so you can see how she made these. So these ones are again very simple. You can use scrap papers or printed papers, gift wrap, wallpaper, any kind of paper that you have. So I'll just show you how these pockets work. So they will be there's a pocket there, and if you glue it in there'll be a pocket there, and so they would be like a side pocket. Let me just find a page. Let's do this one. And so these will be glued on to the side of your page like this. I've added some lace because I thought it would be nice if the lace is overhanging on the page, so that's an option. Come on. So you'll be gluing it there, there, and there, and then you'll have a pocket here and a pocket here. Or like this one, if you're using printed papers or a full A4 size or letter size paper, because the back will look pretty as well, you can even just tuck this into a pocket or clip it onto a page. Then you obviously will only have the one pocket and not both, but you know, it's still a nice little thing to glue to your pages. So let's make them. They're very easy. I'm going to start with a full page again, and I think because there's a lot of folds in here, if you want to make this the way she did them, and she was saying the same thing, best weight of paper will be coffee dyed paper. So these are some of my printed papers that I have in my shop, or hand dyed papers, but because it has this little tear in the corner here, and I think there's another small, oh no, it's just the corner, I won't be selling these in my shop. So these are perfect for projects like this. So all you need to do is make one fold. So you'll need paper, glue, scissors, you know, the normal things, nothing special. So one fold and then another fold on the other side, slightly smaller. Okay. And if you line those two up, hopefully you end up with a straight fold, but I'm not making any promises because I am notorious for not doing any even folding straight. And then you'll just glue the two flaps down. And you can use wet glue as well. I'm just using the glue stick because it's fast. Let's see. Why is my fold not going straight? Okay. You know, and if it's not totally straight, you can always just get rid of that little edge there. It's not going to make a big difference. And then you fold the other flap, or glue the other flap down as well. Glue it down, and then you will probably need wet glue for the next glue. So then you're going to fold it again, but you want to overlap with that flap there somewhere, and then leave a pocket here. So not fold it, meet the two folds, just I would say more than 2/3 down. that makes any sense. So like that. And then you're going to use wet glue and simply add glue. I'm adding the glue to this small flap because then I know exactly where I need to glue my pocket shut. If you add it to the longer flap, you might go over. I mean, it's not, I don't think it would make a big difference. You can always get rid of some of the glue. And then your pocket is done, and you simply need to go in and decorate it. And remember, when you decorate, it's going to be this way on your page, so you might want to just grab this. Remember to do your decorations this way. If you add, okay, my fussy cut flowers are stuck together there. So you'll be gluing it this way. Just, you know, just a first one I decorated, I glued it. I had it this way and I just decorated it that way. Anyway, that's number one. Let's do another one, a smaller one with some scrap paper. So this one is smaller than my A4, and I'm just going to make one fold, a second bigger fold, glue all of this, the flaps down, oh, easy peasy, nothing complicated, perfect for mass making because it's so easy. And you don't even, if you want to, you can measure, but as you know, I don't really measure. And then just the smaller flap goes over and you glue this shut. And there's your pocket. And again, because it's not cardstock or anything, this is not a bulky pocket. It will, let's just grab the journal again, show you how the smaller pocket would look. So it would just go onto your page like this, and you'll have a pocket here and a pocket there because you'll only glue the three sides here. And again, look at how pretty the back is. I would probably just tuck this one in or just paper clip it on because you can even write on the back. But that is up to you. It is meant to be glued in. But I think tucking it in is pretty as well. So let's do a couple of, let's do some mass making of these. So we'll do all the folds first. So I'm doing a smaller fold first. And this is just a piece of scrap paper. A bigger fold. And then fold it over. And I'm just going to, I think I'm going to do all the folds, all three folds, and then do the gluing after. Some scrap papers left from the yesterday's project. What did we do with this one? Oh, the other pockets. When we used all the William Morris papers. So this one again, a smaller one because it's just a piece of scrap paper. So perfect project to use your bigger pieces of scrap paper. There's another one of my papers in my shop, and my shop is listed in my description box. It's kind of way on the bottom. Should probably add it up a little higher. It's usually at the end on my description box, the link. Another one of these. And I'm thinking I might struggle again with decorating these because it's a tall, skinny, like those tall, skinny envelopes we did for Roxy's weekly challenge. Tall, skinny kind of things that has to go on here this way. So I'll have to think about that. This one, I think this is one of Rachel's from Roxy Creations papers. So if I fold it, maybe make the small fold on here, just because I don't want to take that bird out totally. I do like that. And then fold, make this the bigger fold. And this is actually perfect because the images run this way. So when, oh, the small fold needs to go on the top fold. When you glue it onto your page, the images are going to sit this way. Let's see what else I have here. There's another William Morris. Let's do some music paper. And this would go into a bigger journal just because it's a longer, bigger, you know, it's bigger than an A4 or letter size page. Maybe I'll make this flap just a little bit bigger. There. And I'm going to leave the white parts here, and when I decorate, maybe only make sure I decorate in between the white parts. That if I decide to put it in a smaller journal, I can cut that off. You know, just keep your options open. Here's another one with the images this way, and I'm going to make the small flap here and make it a very small flap because I don't want to take away my beautiful flower there. Make this a bigger flap for it to overlap. Fold over, and there's my pocket. And this one is one of Tina's papers from Shabby Dabby Doodah. I don't know which one, unfortunately. And we're going to lose probably most of these beautiful roses. I have some there. Okay, this... Let's see, those have prints on both sides, so maybe I'll leave that for different projects. Here, some more of my own papers, which is great because they're very neutral. They can go in any journal. Because there's no direction, it can go any which way, which is great. Let's do this one. This is a William Morris again. Maybe that's too far down. And I think these pockets would be great on, you know, if you have them in with book pages, I think. Let's do one more. There's still another one left from scrap papers from William Morris that we made the other day. So don't think you have to use a full sheet. You can definitely use scrap papers. this one is not folded straight, or maybe I didn't cut it straight. We're just going to make it straight. Okay, so let's start gluing. And I'll do all my flaps first because it's the same glue, and that would just make your process a little faster. The whole idea is to keep repeating the same process, and then you're not kind of wasting time doing everything at once. Yeah. It is still very cold here. In fact, it snowed again. My dreams of spring down the drain, and cleaning my garden. Today I have 2 sweaters on, a long sleeve t-shirt, woolly socks, and all kinds of other layers, and if I could I would have been wearing gloves too. I am just freezing. Even though the heating in the house is on, it's still just very cold. I'm always cold, so maybe I shouldn't be the one talking about cold, but I'm always cold. And the dogs didn't get a walk again today. They're gonna be so happy when we finally get out again. But they are actually lying in front on their bed in front of the fireplace, sleeping, maybe dreaming of going for a walk. So let me know what you guys have been up to. I saw that there was snow in other parts of Canada as well, so it's not just me who's cold. Other people are having the same situation, which happens a lot of times. I mean, it's too early for spring actually, but where I live, spring comes a little earlier, and we can usually by end of February, beginning of March, we'll start just slowly starting preparing to do things, you know, clean out the shed, the garden shed, and start picking up leaves that was still blown around over the winter. But I have to say, this year our job is way bigger, because usually we'll clean up all the leaves in the garden in the fall. This year we were busy cleaning or starting to clean up leaves, and it started snowing while the trees didn't even lose all of their leaves yet. So everything, all the leaves that were still on the trees when it started snowing, and the snow didn't go away, it was just stuck. We had lots of snow this year. Anyway, so all of those leaves are still on the ground. So we'll have lots of fun cleaning up the grass this year and all the flower beds, and which is usually done by now. It's just the odd little bit of leaves that we have to pick up. So our work is kind of double this year. The garden looks terrible at the moment because of all the leaves that blown in everywhere all up throughout the winter. And yeah, fun stuff, fun stuff. It's all good. As long as it's warm and we can sit outside in the sun, I think even picking out weeds or picking up leaves, I'm not going to complain. Well, now that I don't have to clean the garden, I can concentrate on cleaning my house and getting more organized. Every little bit helps. Yesterday we have like a skylight in the kitchen. So it is, and a chandelier, or not a chandelier, but the lights are coming off all the way from the skylight down over the island. And so usually I ask my son to help me to clean that light, and then also the windows of the skylight, but he's not here, so I have to start doing that on my own. My husband was home, so we got on the ladder and cleaned that. We still have to do the outside, you know, the windows on the outside. For that, we need to go up on the roof and clean the skylight windows, but we'll leave that. That's a project for the summer. But anyway, the reason we did it, because there's this white spot on actually on the kitchen window, not even on the skylight, but we had to get on the ladder to clean that too. And she's been bugging me, the spot on my window. And so I got on the ladder to clean just the kitchen window over the sink. And unfortunately, that's I've done. That spot sits on the outside. So I will have to wait until the summer to get rid of that annoying spot on my kitchen window as well. So I'll just have to stop looking at it, I suppose. It's not the end of the world, but you know, once you notice something like that, it kind of feels like it's the only thing you see. So now I'm just gluing the sides of the pocket shut. That should go fast, and like I said, for this I would say use wet glue, just because it's easier to just glue a small piece on there. And the best way is to put the glue on the side, on the smaller folded piece. You know, you have a bigger flap and a smaller flap. Put the glue on the smaller flap, because then you know exactly where the glue needs to go. And any of these pockets, if you don't decorate it too close to the edge, you can always cut them smaller and just re-glue the sides if your journal is too small for your pocket. Okay. And then my printed papers. This one is the green paint and coffee, and this one is just the in-between papers. I call them my in-between papers for when I'm doing eco dyeing. These are so nice to print vintage, you know, if you're doing vintage documents on. It just looks like everything is already nicely aged and discolored. And this one is again those scrap papers that we had left over from yesterday's project, William Morris. And so the gluing is done. Okay, so let's see how many we made. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Obviously book pages would be really nice too. I didn't do book pages today, but that would be nice to use as well. Okay, so let's decorate a couple. So first thing, don't do what I did. Remember, the orientation should be this way. So let's just do, and like for these, for instance, it's obvious that you I mean, you can't do the pocket this way because then your flowers would be upside down. It has to be this way. So let me just get rid of all these glue pages that's over everything. Where's my, there. I like to add lace on the side of these, just because it will, if you glue it onto the edge of a page, it will hang over, which is very nice. So I'm thinking, this is just a piece that I've cut off. Let's use that because this paper is so pretty. I am thinking, and I'm wondering if this is Ruby and Pearl, not 100% sure, or maybe Amity Bloom. Because it's just scraps from my paper box. And I'm trying to use up. So I don't know, unfortunately, always which printed paper it is, but yeah. Speaking of printer, I don't even know if I want to talk about it, but my printer is out of ink. And I know that shouldn't be a thing, but I am on the HP Insta Ink program. I don't know if any of you guys are on there, but let me know if you are. I'm not very happy at this point. This is my haven't been on there very long, so I struggled with them for the first month or so, and because they didn't send the ink, I had to phone in, and then it took forever to fix a problem that they had with my subscription, and just a long story. Anyway, I'm just so tired. Can I just sit down and just ink or just print, you know? Anyway, I'll have to phone them again. And see, now what the problem with these is you need long, tall, skinny images. This one might work, but shall we do it on this? Let's do it on this one. And let's find, I'm thinking book page, or maybe let's do some music papers behind it, just to give it, you know, just a bit of a differentiation. Or do I want, I wonder if I should just take some of this on here. Just maybe to tear the edge off, just so it's not straight. Let's do that. And I'm going to definitely add some glue stick behind this, because I can already feel that it's not going to stick onto my paper. The washi tape is just a temporary tape anyway, so it doesn't stick. And I'm going to not go all the way down to the bottom, just because, like I said, if I want to go in and maybe cut the bottom or the top off to make my image a little smaller, because my journal is smaller, then that option is there. So let's just want to add a little bit of ink on here, just because I have those white spots in between, and the ink just kind of fade that, you know, make that go kind of into the background more. All my little white pieces that I didn't get too close to with fussy cutting. And I'm just using the Distress ink, Tim Holtz Distress ink and Ranger, and it is antique linen. I like antique linen for this, just because it's, you know, it's the brown sometimes is just too harsh. See, now it just kind of blends in there. And so what else can I do here? Thinking, I do have a pinkish reddish, like a postage stamp. My goodness, why is it so hard to, anyway, it's one of those days. And that kind of puts me off at the moment because it's purple, but the purple will go away. Maybe we'll do more than one label. Yes, let's do those on the bottom. Behind the flower image, and then the stamp on top, and then it's good enough, because remember, you're still going to put something in the pockets and they'll be peeking out, so you don't need to over decorate this. We can again, do we want to add some lace? Where did I put the lace? Some lace on here as well. I think what I'll do is we'll just do a little bit of a sari silk ruffle, maybe on here. Let's do that. Then that way you can still cut the edges off if you want to. I was thinking of maybe putting the ruffle on the bottom, but then if I do want to shorten my pocket, then that would be a problem. Oh, look at all the glue. The glue sticks. Love-hate relationship for sure. It is nice and fast and easy, the glue sticks, but it is definitely a little bit more messy than the wet glue. But then the wet glue can be same thing, very messy. You can't win. And maybe, do I have my stamp still here? Yes. Let's give it a postage stamp again. This one was just a cheap one from Amazon. I do like it. If you want to see if you can find it, let me put it down like this. Don't know if it actually helps, but it has a lot of different kind of stamps on for postage stamp kind of things. And let's stamp that in Distress Oxide Vintage Photo. Just give it a bit of a, because it's a nice clean stamp, and I'm thinking maybe I'll just give it a here stamp over there as well. And then we'll do a ruffle, and we'll do it Tina's way. Let me just cut this shorter, and I didn't, this is just, oops, sorry, ruffled up sari silk, and I'm going to start, where do I want the ruffle? Like maybe just here. Start here where I want it, and then with my hot glue gun put the glue down and just kind of ruffle it up. Be careful if you are using, this is just those, you know, the smaller dollar store kind of glue gun, so it doesn't get that hot. And I use this one for that reason. I have burnt myself way too many times with the hot glue gun, so be careful not to burn yourself. And if it does that, just leave it to dry and you can take it off once it's dry. But yeah, Tina usually does her ruffles that way, and I just love how kind of messy it looks. So I'm just gonna wait until it's dry, and then you can just kind of get rid of that glue. It looks okay. I did take some of the paper off, but shall we decorate one more? Oh, I don't even know. Let's do this one because again it will be an easy, quick decorate because the papers are so pretty. I kind of feel you don't really need to do anything to it. I don't know, it's just if it's just me, but I'm thinking I have this here, just a piece of scrap paper lying around, and maybe we'll just kind of put this, we can make it a tab even. Yeah, let's do a tab. Some glue. And I'm thinking, where's that small piece of lace? Okay, my glue is gonna get... Okay, I can't find the small piece of lace. We'll create another small piece of lace. There's my tab. And just add the lace on here with the tab. And then just add more glue because I waited too long. The art glitter glue dries very fast, so you do not waste time. And maybe there's number 2 here, or shall we see if there's something else that's better? I'll do the number 2, and I'm thinking one of these stamps, maybe a blue one up here. That one's too big. Or a red one, just because there's red. This is kind of the same color. Yes, I think I'm gonna do the red one and maybe do number 2 on top, and I'm just gonna get rid of some of that glue because if I do want to fold this over and make a tag, that blob of glue, if it gets dry and hard, it's hard to use. And wondering, thinking, maybe just that piece of paper here because there's a big white spot there. And the stamp. Going to do it at an angle, and I still have my stamp on here, and just do that. Okay, that is it for today. We'll just decorate. We've decorated 3. Where did I put my pen? Do all the, and just clean, just get this out of the way so it's not as messy. And so we've made all of these pockets again. It's just a pocket that would go onto your page this way, and you'll have a pocket here and a pocket here because you'll be gluing that onto the page, or you can just put it in another pocket or put a paperclip it onto a page, and you can still, this one maybe not as much, but you can add coffee dye paper and still write in the back if you want to, or not, or glue photos on the back if you just put it on in a pocket or paperclip it on. Anyway, options. So these are the ones we've made, and you, like, these were all scrap pieces. these were full A4 or letter size pieces. You can make it any size. This was my demonstration one. And then this one, we simply added some lace, but just look at how pretty it is. And maybe we'll add, I'm thinking maybe just a little, where did I put my glue? Let's just add a label on here. Just something. Just a label and a lace if you have pretty paper. Easy peasy. And these pockets are so easy to make. And then this one we added a little bit more because it was just some of my painted papers. So we added the ruffle, a stamp, a fussy cut image, and some labels and a postage stamp on here. Oh, and some washi tape in the back. And this one, again, beautiful papers. I think this is Rachel from Roxy Creations, and just a tab and some lace and some postage stamp and more tags and a little piece of scrap paper. So easy and fast. So thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate it. Come follow along. I will link again Tina's videos so you can follow along with Tina. And I believe Margaret from 7 Plaza is doing the 100-day project as well. I will link her channel and see if I can find a couple of other participants so you can follow them as well. And thank you, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye.